Catman's week. Catman's week. What has Catman done this week? He went fucking insane. Catman has lost his mind. Lock him away. Lock him away. Not gonna lie, if you don't wake up in the middle of the night to fight with demons in your house, in the dark, just screaming in pure aggression, just beating the shit out of demons with your bare hands, you just cannot understand the Catman grind. I'm always at war with evil forces, and in every battle, I always prevail. Such is the Catman way. Yeah, we got some music to go over today. We got some albums. We got a few more things I want to talk about too. I'll start off with the album, How I Do by Rez. I love all the influences on this album. It's got some trip hop moments, dub bass lines. It's got a lot of hip hop influence throughout the tracks. Kind of like hip hop soul kind of shit going on. A lot of it is like R&B wearing rock clothes, which gives it a unique feeling. For these reasons, the beats are often very cool, and the whole album ends up feeling very creative. The bass lines are my favourite parts of many tracks. So many of them are really cool and like present, you know. Generally, this album makes me feel cool. The vibes are immaculate. Rez herself is a very good singer too. Very smooth. Next we got Whatever This Says by Nastiona. Really cool jazz rock, which at times really goes way harder than a lot of jazz rock typically does. This shit has absolutely explosive moments. Some of it is quite quirky, but in a cool way. A lot of talent on display on this album. I like how these guys go into very jazzy segments that aren't just jazzy jazz rock segments, but are in fact actually straight up jazz segments. Some incredibly suave playing here, luxuriously smooth when it wants to be, and the vocalist has such a sweet voice. I do wish there were more bangers and less slow songs though. Those slow parts are great, don't get me wrong, but they take up a majority of the album, whereas I was very impressed with the album's more explosive moments. Next we got The Greatest of All Lost Arts by Lower Definition. Very emotional post-hardcore album. Amazing technical melodies all across it. Particularly, I like how swanny the guitar playing is. It's so light but so complex. The clean vocals makes this feel very emo, which I fuck with a lot. Very harmonious rock album with a great energy to it. I was listening to some of it again before making this video, and it really is quite immaculate. Next we got Diana by Diana Ross. Really smooth, groovy, funky disco album. Endlessly danceable, with many classics on it such as Upside Down and I'm Coming Out. Short and sweet, just an incredibly fun album really. Not much else to say about it. Next we got Kush Pack 2 by Metro Zoo. Laid back, minimalistic clad rap with some really cool and hilarious bars. It's very quotable with lines like, "She grab on my stick and I'm Gandalf the White." There's this cool Mario beat right near the start that really hooked me into this tape. Generally the beats are great. They have a lot of humour to them and are quite creative. And then some shit is just so gangster, like the beats to Black Bar Mitzvah and Serve 'Em Up are just so cool. I've been addicted to both of those songs recently. It's their flows, I think. They get stuck in my head. This is definitely my favourite Ruben Slick related thing I've listened to so far. Great flows all over this, great energy to it all, great sense of humour. I really recommend it. Next we got 344, I Will Climb Alone by Bull of Heaven. Possibly the best Bull of Heaven album, which is kind of funny because I only recently put out my Bull of Heaven video and I hadn't heard this before I made that. I would have definitely included this in there. It's a drone album, but compared to their usual drone stuff, it's much more dynamic and is constantly morphing around and changing. There are parts of this that feel extremely blissful, and then there are parts that feel utterly cataclysmic. A very spiritual and emotional experience. There's a lot of positive vibes, but it's kind of scary to be honest too. It feels like that mortal fear you feel in Witness of the Divine. That kind of shit. Unique vibes really. Next we got Talking with the Taxman About Poetry by Billy Bragg. This guy makes socialism sound kind of convincing, you know, not gonna lie. It makes it sound kind of base. Got songs on here about how democracy is a sham, how the working class don't really have any voice in it. Kind of reminds me of that Mike Leigh film, High Hopes. Much the same sort of attitude, maybe with more hope within it though. This is quite an emotional album with all its anthems and that, but it's mostly kind of inspirational, and I like how much it takes the piss as well. In terms of new music, We got the new Boldy James and Rome Streets collab, Manhunt. Two of the current GOATs rapping together. I always love to hear these two together. I can listen to both of these guys rhyme and flow endlessly. Their rhyme schemes are both just so addictive. They're both just so cool. The beats aren't anything crazy, but they suit these men well. Big shame this is only 15 minutes long. They know how to keep me wanting more. I started watching City this week. I've seen all of the episodes that have been released so far. And I think they really brought it to life. I read City, I believe, a couple years back, and it was a lot of fun. But I forgot most of it, so it was cool remembering all these characters and gags. Is it Kino? It might be Kino. It's not always like super funny, but it's always charming. And I don't think there's been any gags that I've missed so far. Some of it is really funny though, of course. I really like how they did that scene with the crispy noodles going into man's bag and the cork hitting his head. That was the first thing that made me think that City was in good hands. I think they really brought Nagumo to life exactly how I imagined her. The show looks amazing too. I like how, I guess boldly, they did the colours. But yeah, enjoying it so far. Would definitely recommend. I am starting to see the potential for the UK to be heavily censored. Not being able to view violent scenes going on in your country or around the world on popular websites without verifying your identity, all under the guise of protecting children. I mean, it's already happening seemingly. It would be a good way to stifle criticism broadly because people don't want to hand that information over. Even if that information isn't saved, it's not as if people believe that, and so they still won't give it over. Something I've thought about, albeit briefly, is the possibility that there will be an even further rise of people believing whatever shit they hear on X because they can't actually interact with the content to see what's going on. Which, that won't help the government in any way at all, but it will annoy me. That's what they're trying to do, really. They're trying to annoy me. All in all, I have as of yet been unaffected by the new safety rulings. I hate porn and I hate social media. So me personally, my grind is unaffected. But I think people should be able to see Arabs' heads being blown off if it is happening out there. I mean, I don't think that information should be restricted in any kind of way. I mean, look, okay, I support having to have your identity verified if you want to watch porn, because I think it is very harmful to anyone really. But also kids definitely shouldn't be exposed to supernormal stimulus like that, which changes their brain chemistry within their formative years. But I mean, when is a human being ready to see violence and shit that's going on in the world? When are they ready to see people getting drone strike? In the wild, we were running from animals who wanted to eat us. We were watching our family members being torn to shreds by saber cats and shit. At like 4 years old, clubbing little animals to death for food and seeing your brother's head getting ripped off by a gorilla. I mean, when I was like 13, they showed me JFK's head being blown off in school. The teachers did, I mean. Pretty sure they showed me Bud Dwyer too for whatever reason. If it's not some shit people are watching for sick, morbid fascination or curiosity, then like what is actually the problem? It's supposed to be shocking, innit? Because the real life events are shocking. I think children are ready to commit violence, not just see it. Kids are evil and sadistic. I actually hate kids, to be honest. I've always tried not to, but they're just little bastards, aren't they? I'm kind of chatting shit right now, not gonna lie. Maybe kids shouldn't see violence. But I mean, they are playing Call of Duty and shit. So how are kids really being protected by world events being censored? Whatever, I think I'll end it there. Subscribe to the Catman Show, leave a like, leave a comment. Goodbye.